Welcome back to AI Podcast.
It's great to be back.
In part one, we dove into how AI is already shaking things up on physical battlefields.
Oh, yeah, with like those autonomous weapons
Right,
systems.
exactly, autonomous weapons. But for part two today, we're shifting gears. We're going digital.
Into the cyber realm,
Yeah, diving deep into the world of AI and cyber warfare.
where the battle lines are literally made of code.
And the weapons are algorithms.
It's a whole new kind of conflict.
It is, and it's one where AI is really changing the game on both sides.
Mm.
It's not just about AI-powered attacks.
Right, it's also about how AI is being used to defend against those attacks.
Exactly. So it's like this constant back and forth, this evolution of offense and defense, all driven by AI.
An AI-powered arms race, you could say.
Okay, I am officially intrigued. But before we get too deep into all the AI stuff, can we take a step back for a second?
Sure.
Could you remind us what cyber warfare even looked like before AI came along?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was definitely a thing, but it was a lot slower. More manual. Think about hackers, spending hours, days, even trying to break into systems.
Yeah.
Or those phishing emails that were often pretty easy to spot.
Right.
Those were the classic cyber warfare tactics.
Kind of primitive compared to what we're seeing today.
Exactly. Primitive's a good word for it.
So how has AI changed all of that? What are some examples of AI-driven threats that we should be worried about right now?
Oh, there are plenty. Let's start with hacking.
Okay.
AI-powered tools can scan for vulnerabilities and exploit weaknesses at an incredible speed.
So it's not just about some guy in a basement anymore.
Not at all. We're talking AI systems that can write their own malicious code.
Whoa, okay. So AI hackers.
Essentially. And it goes beyond just hacking. Think about those phishing emails we were talking about.
The ones that try to trick you into giving up your passwords and stuff.
Exactly. Well, AI is being used to personalize those messages to a level that's almost impossible to resist.
Oh.
These AI systems can gather information about you from your online activity and craft incredibly convincing emails. It's like having a marketing team dedicated to crafting the perfect scam just for you.
Okay. That is both impressive and terrifying.
What else?
What other AI-powered threats are out there?
Well, there are deepfakes.
Deepfakes.
Yeah, these AI-generated videos that are so realistic it's practically impossible to tell they're fake.
I've heard about those. They're pretty freaky.
They are. Imagine a deepfake video of a world leader declaring war, or a CEO announcing a fake product launch. The potential for spreading misinformation and causing chaos is enormous.
That's scary stuff. So if AI is making these attacks so much more powerful, how on earth do we begin to defend ourselves?
Well, in many ways, you fight fire with fire.
Okay.
The good news is that AI is also revolutionizing cybersecurity.
So it's like this digital arms race, AI powering both the offense and the defense.
Exactly. For instance, we have AI-powered intrusion detection systems.
What are those?
Think of them as like digital bloodhounds. They're constantly sniffing out suspicious activity in real time.
No.
They analyze network traffic looking for patterns and anomalies that might indicate an attack. And because they're powered by machine learning, they're constantly learning and adapting to new threats.
That's pretty cool. But what happens when an attack does get through?
Well, you can't just sound the alarm. You need to be able to respond quickly and effectively.
Right.
That's where AI-powered automated incident response comes in.
What is that?
It's like having a team of digital firefighters on standby, ready to jump into action the moment an attack is detected. These AI-powered security bots can isolate infected systems, patch vulnerabilities, and even restore data.
All automatically.
All in a fraction of the time it would take a human.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you have any examples of this AI-powered incident response in action?
Definitely. One great example is how companies are using AI to combat ransomware attacks.
Oh, yeah, those are nasty.
They are. They essentially hold your data hostage until you pay a ransom. But AI-powered systems can detect the telltale signs of a ransomware attack as it's happening and immediately take steps to contain it.
So it's like having a security guard who can recognize the attacker's face and lock the doors before they can even get in.
Exactly. It's all about speed and precision.
Okay, that is fascinating. So it sounds like AI is really changing the way we think about defense in the cyber world, but it's not just about protecting our computers and networks, right?
Right.
What about the role of AI in espionage and intelligence gathering?
Yes. That's another area where AI is having a huge impact. AI is like a super spy,
Okay.
able to analyze mountains of data, connect seemingly unrelated dots, and uncover hidden patterns that humans might miss.
Like a digital Sherlock Holmes.
Exactly. And this is incredibly powerful for things like identifying potential threats, tracking down cybercriminals, and even predicting future attacks.
So how is AI being used in intelligence gathering right now?
Well, one example is how intelligence agencies are using AI to analyze social media data. They can track conversations, identify potential threats, and even get a sense of public sentiment in different regions.
Wow. So AI is not just about attacks and defenses. It's about gathering information and understanding what's happening in the world.
Precisely. And the applications are constantly expanding. AI-powered tools can be used to infiltrate networks, steal sensitive data, and even manipulate information to sow discord and confusion.
Okay. So we've got AI hackers, AI spies, AI bots spreading misinformation. This is starting to feel like a sci-fi movie.
It does feel like we're stepping into a new era of warfare, but it's important to remember that AI is ultimately a tool. How it's used depends on the intentions of the people wielding it.
That's a good point. And right now it seems like the stakes couldn't be higher.
They couldn't. The potential consequences of AI in cyber warfare are enormous.
We've covered a lot of ground today, from traditional cyber attacks to the rise of AI-driven threats.
We've talked about machine learning and threat detection,
The incredible potential of AI in automated incident response.
and of course, the fascinating and sometimes unsettling world of AI-driven intelligence gathering.
It's a complex landscape for sure.
It is, and as we move forward, it's crucial to think about the ethical considerations and security risks that come with this powerful technology.
Speaking of moving forward, but I'm curious about the actual strategies behind cyber warfare. How is AI changing the way these digital battles are being fought?
That's a great question. We've moved beyond like individual hackers.
Right.
AI is enabling much larger scale, more sophisticated cyber warfare strategies.
Can you give me an example of what that actually looks like?
Sure, imagine like a cyber command center
Okay.
where AI is constantly monitoring enemy networks, analyzing huge amounts of data, looking for any kind of weakness.
Okay.
And when it finds a vulnerability, it can launch a coordinated attack using all sorts of AI-powered tools.
Wow. So instead of humans planning and executing every step of the attack, it's AI calling the shots.
Exactly. And AI can process information so much faster than humans.
Right.
These attacks can be incredibly swift and effective.
That sounds kind of terrifying. What kind of damage are we talking about here?
Well, think about like critical infrastructure, power grids, communication networks, financial systems.
Okay.
An AI-powered attack could disrupt these systems on a massive scale, causing chaos and economic damage.
This is getting pretty intense. It really feels like we're on the verge of a whole new era of warfare.
It's true, and it's one that raises some serious ethical and security concerns.
Okay, let's talk about those. What are some of the biggest risks that we need to be thinking about?
Well, one major concern is accountability. If an AI system launches an attack that causes significant damage, who's responsible?
Yeah, that's a tough question.
Is it the programmers who built the AI? The military commanders who deployed it? Or the AI itself?
It's uncharted territory legally and ethically.
For sure.
Yeah,
And then there's always the risk of unintended consequences.
right. AI can be unpredictable.
Exactly. What if an AI system misinterprets some data and launches an attack that wasn't authorized?
Or what if it falls into the wrong hands?
It's definitely a scary thought.
It seems like the more powerful AI gets, the higher the stakes become.
Absolutely. And that's why it's so crucial that we have these conversations. We need to figure out how to develop safeguards and regulations to make sure that AI is used responsibly in cyber warfare.
So what's next in our exploration of AI in warfare?
Well, tomorrow in part 3, we're going to look ahead to the future of this digital battlefield. We'll talk about how different countries are approaching AI development and discuss the potential for international cooperation and maybe even arms control in this new age of AI-driven warfare.
I'm looking forward to that. See you then.
See you tomorrow.